In a small village nestled at the foot of a mountain, there lived an old carpenter named Jacob. He was known for his exceptional craftsmanship. Every piece of furniture he built seemed to carry a story within its grains of wood. Despite his skill, Jacob was humble and lived a modest life. He always said, "A carpenter's greatest tool is his promise to make something that will last." One day, the wealthiest man in the village, Mr. Grayson, approached Jacob with an unusual request. He handed Jacob a sack of gold and said, "Build me the finest house this village has ever seen. Use the best materials, spare no effort, and make it perfect. I'll be traveling for a year, and when I return, I expect to see my dream home complete." Jacob accepted the job, but in his heart, he felt resentment. Mr. Grayson had always been arrogant, flaunting his wealth while treating others poorly. Jacob thought, "Why should I put my heart into a house for someone like him?" Instead of using the finest materials, Jacob cut corners. He used lower quality wood, skipped proper reinforcements, and rushed through the construction. From the outside, the house looked grand, but Jacob knew it was not his best work. By the time he finished, Jacob felt guilty. He had never compromised on his craftsmanship before. But he convinced himself that Mr. Grayson wouldn't notice. After all, the man cared more about appearances than quality. When the year passed and Mr. Grayson returned, he came to inspect the house. He walked through the grand doorway, admired the high ceilings, and praised Jacob for his work. "It's beautiful," he said. "You've truly outdone yourself." Then, to Jacob's shock, Mr. Grayson handed him a key and said, "This house is not for me, Jacob. It's for you. Consider it my gift for all the years you've spent making this village a better place. You deserve a home as fine as this one." Jacob's heart sank. The house he had built with resentment, the house where he had cut corners, was now his own. He realized that in trying to spite Mr. Grayson, he had cheated himself. That night, Jacob couldn't sleep. He sat in the house, staring at the walls that felt like a reflection of his own choices. He thought about all the times he had taken pride in his work, about the promise he had always kept to himself, to do his best, no matter what. The next morning, Jacob made a decision. He would repair the house, piece by piece. He spent months undoing the shortcuts he had taken, replacing weak beams with strong ones, sanding rough edges, and perfecting every detail. This time, he worked with care and love, not for anyone else, but for himself. When the house was finally complete, it stood as a testament to Jacob's skill and integrity. The villagers marveled at its beauty, and Jacob felt a deep sense of pride. He realized that the house wasn't just a home, it was a reminder of an important lesson. When you cut corners in life, you only cheat yourself. Every choice you make builds the foundation of your future. Let's learn some words from the story. Resentment. Meaning, a feeling of anger or displeasure about something unfair or wrong. Example: Jacob felt resentment toward Mr. Grayson for his arrogance. Additional example: she couldn't hide her resentment when she wasn't given credit for her work. Spare no effort. meaning to put in as much effort as needed to achieve something. Example: use the best materials, spare no effort, and make it perfect. Additional example: they spared no effort in organizing a wonderful surprise party for her. Reinforcement, meaning the process of strengthening or supporting something. Example: Jacob skipped proper reinforcements when building the house. Additional example: the bridge needed additional reinforcements to make it safe for use. Integrity, meaning the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. Example: Jacob remembered the promise he made to himself about integrity in his work. Additional example: a person with integrity always does the right thing, even when no one is watching.